South Africa, as its name says, is a country located in the south side of Africa. This country has three capitals. The government is divided into three branches, namely the legislative, executive, and judicial. Each branch is administered from a different city. Cape Town is the legislative center and seat of the parliament. Pretoria is home to the executive branch and is the seat of the president and the cabinet. The judicial branch is carried out by Bloemfontein. South Africa has a population of more than 57 million inhabitants and an extension of 1.2 million square kilometers. This country has borders with Botswana, Mozambique, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and also surrounds the small kingdom of Lesotho. The largest city of South Africa is Johannesburg, with more than 4.4 million residents.
Africa is a federal republic with a democratic parliamentary government whose president is the head of government and a multi-party system. The executive power is carried out by the government, while the legislative power is exercised both by the government. By the parliament in its two chambers, the National Assembly and the Legislative Council of the province. The judicial power has autonomy of the executive and legislative power. It is the only nation in the world with three capitals: Cape Town, which is the legislative capital and the largest of the three; Pretoria, which is the administrative capital; and Bloemfontein, which is the judicial capital. The current president of South Africa is Thabo Mbeki, who was elected unanimously in 2004 and remains in power of 5 years. The upper house is called the National Council of Province and is composed of 90 members, while the lower house or National Assembly has 400 members. Elections for both houses are held every 5 years. The African National Congress, or in the Singles ANC, is the dominant party in South Africa, winning in 2004 the general election with approximately 70% of the votes, and in 2006 the municipal election with 66.3%. The Alliance Democratic Party, headed by Helen Zille, is the second force in South Africa politics, while other forces are the Inkatha Freedom Party and the Independent Democrats. The government of South Africa has experienced significant development, especially after the apartheid era. Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Nobel Peace Prize winner in 1984, led the Truth and Reconciliation Commission (CVR), whose objective has to study human rights violations during the apartheid period, the author's pardon, and compensation to the victims of crimes.
Some touristic places of South Africa are the Kruger National Park, where you can find emblematic African animals like lions, buffaloes, leopards, rhinos, and elephants. Another touristic attraction is the Table Mountain. Standing at 3,500 feet high, is one of the major touristic attractions in South Africa. It offers a choice of either 5 minutes cable car ride or a day's hike up to the top. Riding up, you can appreciate spectacular views as the cable car has enormous windows. There also is the Drakensberg Park, which is one of the most popular destinations in South Africa and home to the country's highest peaks. South Africa has 11 official languages, but Afrikaans and English are the most spoken ones. Football is the most practiced sport in South Africa. The country has played in 3 World Cups, as well as hosting the 2010 tournament.
Largely agricultural and resource-based, the South African economy has become the industrial powerhouse of Africa, accounting for 24% of the continent's gross domestic product. South Africa accounts for the most of the economic and industrial infrastructure on the continent, with a first-world road, rail, and port network. Over 45% of the continent's electricity is generated in South Africa, notwithstanding the fact that generating capacity has not kept pace with demand. A massive infrastructural development program is in process at present, but is not expected to solve the problem for a number of years. The growth rate of the South African economy is lagging many of the developing countries in sub-Saharan countries that have stable governments in place. To the north, Nigeria and Egypt are the second and third largest economy in Africa respectively, both of which are politically unstable. All the sub-Saharan countries are substantially smaller than South Africa and are growing off a much lower base. South Africa is the largest member of the Southern Africa Development Community (SADC) and plays a leading economic role among the 15 member nations. The World Bank rates the South African economy as an upper middle income economy, one of only 4 African countries in Africa, the others being Mauritius, Botswana, and Gabon. However, the official unemployment rate is still a very high 25%, and a quarter of the population live on $1.22 per day. Nevertheless, since the end of apartheid in 1994, the black middle class has grown substantially, and the gross domestic product has increased from $136 billion to $408 billion. Per capita GDP has not increased proportionally, thus increasing the wealth gap between rich and poor to unacceptable levels. This has led to an increase in labor unrest, which is hampering new investment and increasing to unemployment rate.